But like, it looks a bit weird for a guy that's just been in the gym, benching 140 kilograms at the time, to come out almost be in tears of happiness because he did a single calf raise at the side of a pool. He's just like, oh, great. Day 555 reports since I had my back surgery for Cauda Equina, and where things are going, how things are going, all that kind of stuff. So this is what is 555 days. It is 1 year, 6 months, and 8 days ago, or 18 months since I had my back surgery, and everything's been going good. No issues with my back whatsoever. Touch wood, touching wood, touching wood, touching all the wood. My back has been absolutely fine. Literally, when I woke up from the surgery, I was like, I can walk. I'm not in agonising pain. This is amazing. And it's been like that ever since. The difficulties I had is definitely there's clearly been nerve damage all the way down the leg. The first month coming out of the hospital, my weak leg, my leg that had all the pain, the pump I got in my calf just walking down the stairs was so huge. I couldn't walk more than about 5 steps without it just kind of like going, oh, but it was great. It wasn't sciatic pain, it was a different pain, and I was like, this is fantastic, I don't care. If anybody's had sciatica, the pain of sciatica is so chronic that a pump pain that you get in your calf, it was so kind of extreme at the time when I had it. I had thought I had to go get like not tuberculosis, deep vein thrombosis is what I thought it was, or another thing called compartment syndrome. I thought there's like something going on here, but they're like, no, it's just things happening again. But there's still 555 days since, still weakness in the calf, which also relates to weakness in the glute as well. So with that, although my back's not sore, I'm not doing any deadlifts, any squats, anything that really involves my back too much, because I just don't want to screw it up. You know, if everything's great, don't mess with it. Yeah, I probably could do bodyweight squats, but I can't be bothered. I'm happy to have smaller legs. I've never been a person with bad genetics on the legs. They're always been quite good, so I'm happy with them. What I also did have, certainly after the surgery, was significant mental anguish afterwards. I keep on kind of poo-pooing the idea of depression, but depression I always think is far more serious than what I had. But there was definitely a feeling of loss, a feeling of, or a mental feeling of something that made me really down. I had lost the person who I was. I couldn't go running, I couldn't cycle up a hill because the calf strength that you need to push the pedals when you're going up a hill, the weakness in the glute, so I couldn't go for a jog. The limitations of the things that I wanted to do meant I wasn't the person that I still was, and your mental image of myself was injured. I think it's probably so not just physically injured, but mental image of the person I am was very injured, and that caused a significant amount of downness, and I didn't have strong mental fortitude to deal with that. So that's something which nobody prepares you for. When you have an injury, or like, before you're having an injury, nobody says, after this injury, you're going to be really depressed because your life's going to be turned upside down. Or at least what you think you are is going to be turning upside down. So major downness for a good while afterwards. And on top of that, there was the resentment of feeling down when everything was great. So everything's like, I have no back pain, I can go to work, I can put rucksacks on my back, I can go upstairs, I can bend over gently, I can sneeze, I can cough, and I don't suffer agonising pain. Why am I down? And being down, there is an additional resentment of being down, almost like the multiple personalities in your head going, why are you down? Everything's great, you should be great. You're being down, so you're an asshole. So there was a constant fight in your head. And I thought part of it was the coming off the medications, a lot of the painkillers as well. I thought that might have had some mental effects, but seemingly not. Well, at least my GP's like, no, after a couple of months, all that stuff will be out your system, and that's just mental problems that you've got. So what I did is I joined the gym to try and regain my mental image of myself. And that was, I've never really understood the term triggering as much as I did when I joined the gym. So going to the gym, like, okay, I was good at bench press, I can't do squats, can't do deadlifts, don't want to do shoulders, I'll just do some arms. And just seeing how weak I was so triggering. To like, oh my goodness, I'm so weak. This is so terrible. I've lost so much gains. I'm so depressed. It was almost like a spiral. Like, there'd be times I'd be in the gym and I'm like, great workout, and then I'd just sit there staring into space going, that was so rubbish. Because my physical body wasn't where my mental idea of myself was, or where it used to be. And there's a syndrome called ex-athlete syndrome, where trying to get athletes to do exercises to regain a bit of their fitness or strength after an injury or after retirement, they're the hardest people to train. And I was like, oh God, to deal with that. So I slightly changed my training to being very focused on what I could do and just building up strength. So for me, my mental image of myself is not necessarily big, but I like to be the idea of what I consider to be strong. So being able to bench press over 125, 130 kilograms, that's where I'm like, I'm in my happy zone. So when I go like 110, I was like, yay, depressed. 115, yay, depressed. 120, yay, a little bit depressed. When I got to 130, I was like, yes, okay, I'm lifting a heavy weight now. This is me. I am that guy lifting that weight. And I was like, okay, feeling better. And I wasn't leaving the gym in just a state of just like, that was rubbish. Why are you doing it? Just give up. So for me, I didn't want to do high reps. I didn't want to build muscle mass or anything like that. I just wanted to get my strength up. And for me, there was a huge S-curve. Like the first day you go to the gym, it took me about a week to be able to walk or move my arms or anything. I was like a little pterodactyl, like, oh, I can't do anything, Tyrannosaurus. After the first day of the gym. It took me a week until I could go back and do anything because I was so sore. And then it was building up my workout tolerance over and over. And then it was like, okay, bench press up to like 90 kilograms. Oh, 95 kilograms. Woohoo, got 100. And then that, from around about 110, up to 138, 140. Yesterday got 148 kilograms. And I'm like, holy crap, that's me almost at my lifetime max I've ever done is 150 kilograms. Granted, in a squat rack which had safety bars. So I'm doing 148 with no spotter, no safety at all. Bit of an adrenaline rush as well. So I'm like, this is awesome. But that was regaining strength and having the technique and just only focusing on bench press because I'm not doing anything else. So CNS, central nervous system recruitment, is all chest. Just doing that. That's all I'm doing. And like even some people at work were like, have you been working out, Dom? And I'm like, yeah, only here, not there. Just don't look at my legs. I'm happy to have stick legs, but I don't have stick legs. That's the thing. So the other thing I did is I got a physio to give me some stuff for my glute and my calf, and it pretty much just boils down to do more exercises. I was on the treadmill. I was doing all these exercises like where I was like sideways on the treadmill, so doing like side shuffles up it, trying to work my glute muscle that way, get my heart rate up, trying to do some jogging, trying to do some sprinting, trying to do some incline. And he's like, whoa, stop all that, chill out, you're doing too much. So that's something which my physio was effectively just saying you're trying to run before you can walk. I was like, but that is kind of true. I'd do like 20 steps of jogging at a time. I was like, yeah. And he's like, what are you doing? I wouldn't recommend jogging until you can do at least like 20 single leg calf raises. And I can't do a calf raise. So my good leg, I can happily, if I just balance myself, go up and down on that one. On my bad leg, I am almost able to do one. Still, what he also did say is that one of the exercises I was trying to do was I just walk around on my tiptoes. Before I couldn't do that. Well, before I couldn't even walk, but I couldn't walk more than 2, 3, 4 steps on my tiptoes. Now, when I'm on my tiptoes, I can happily do like 200 steps now. I'm literally counting the number of steps I can do on my tiptoes, and it's up to like 200 steps that I can do. I could do it around the pool, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, this is really killing the bones of my feet because they just haven't been used to that kind of pressure. And he also told me to deep massage the base of my foot to just do. I don't know what it does, but he did that in my physio session, and he's like, now try and go up on your calf, and I'm like, holy crap, I can almost do it. So now, with a little bit of things, I can go up on one foot. It's incredibly difficult. But that being able to go up on one calf, my bad calf, almost made me want to cry. I've been going to the gym, which also has a swimming pool. So be in the swimming pool, water up to this level, I do calf raise, then I do calf raise, and then I go up a step, do a calf raise there, calf raise that, go up another step until the water's here, working all the way. And then we're talking about just last week, went to the gym, did a calf raise, and I was like, oh wow, I'm only in the last bit of water. Let's come out of the pool, just hold on to the little barrier at the side, and I went, I was like, it looks a bit weird for a guy that's just been in the gym benching 140 kilograms at the time to come out almost be in tears of happiness because he did a single calf raise at the side of a pool. He's just like, oh, great day, oh. Like you just benched 140 kilograms. Why is going up on your tiptoe a big deal? But for me, it was a massive deal. And there's also been sort of calf stretching that's constantly requiring it, lots of glute med activation, so lots of kind of side raises. Doing a lot of Stu McGill Big 3 in the gym as my warm-up, so the bird dogs and the side planks and the sit-up stuff to keep the core going good. But effectively no running, no treadmill, not even cycling, done no cardio whatsoever. So with that, massive belly on the go, boobs growing. Oh, hello. And again, my physio was just like, wait until you're able to do like hops on one foot, on your bad foot, before you start jogging. Because every time you're jogging, that one foot going into the ground, if you're 4 foot striking, that's like 4 times your body weight in that one area on your calf. It's ridiculous amount. So if you can't do a single calf raise, which I can almost do, don't try jogging. Don't go there. You're jumping off a cliff before you've learned to climb up a wall. I'm sure there's better phases than that. But yeah, so that's where it is. But yeah, so it's, and people keep saying it's like, so is it still coming back? Is it nerve damage? Is it muscle damage? Is it? And it must be a combination of nerve damage that's made this side weak, and with it being weak when I do exercises, the other side has to overcompensate, so this one doesn't do as much actual exercise, so the strength is less, and the signal going to this area is still less. I think, something like that. Who knows? But that hasn't stopped me doing other stuff. So the other day I did some mountaineering, not hill walking, mountaineering, like full on harness, helmet, ropes, going up a mountain in Glencoe in Scotland. Highly terrifying, very different from going like indoor rock climbing, where if you get tired, you're just like, I'll just abseil off, or just belay myself back down. Going mountaineering, terrifying, because there's no way back down. you just got to keep on climbing up, and with weakness in the calf, and wearing heavy walking boots, and in the rain and the wind, and you're holding onto rocks, and you're like, I'm also about 30 kilograms overweight. And knowing that you don't have glute strength and your calf is weak, that was terrifying. But to then be able to say that I've climbed to the top of Bucolet of Moor, it's like, boom, every other mountain's a piece of cake now. So that was a learning experience, and also just a kind of an achievement thing to do, which makes everything else seem a little bit easier from there. But yeah.
Bring you all the way over here for a skim, sort of a whale away from the edge. Mega. There we are. And this is the crux, this corner above us.
Wow.
So if you just tuck yourselves in so you're away from the edge, I'll just nip up. And same as before, go when I give you a shout.
Okay, okay.
So watch where my hands start, because there is like an out of sight hold. There's that that's quite good, but it's not great. But then just past it from there is very good.
Okay.
So you do like a, oh god, oh god. Make sense?
Yep. Scream for God. Huge milestone to be able to climb up a mountain, mountaineering style, not just hill walking style, and yeah, that's where it's going. So it's still a case of I'm still recovering. I'm hoping. I said to it when we came off the mountain, I was like, maybe if I come back next year, I'll have no calf issue, I'll have no glute issue, my back nerve damage will be gone, and I will be able to, and I will be doing running and jogging and cycling, and I'll be like boom, 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 boom up this mountain like a squirrel. That's the goal. But I'm just slightly limited because I'm doing all this exercise. Like I'm doing lots of first of all, just like doing normal double leg calf raises. Try and do 30 of those, and then try and do them, feet together, heels together, doing it slightly different ways. Then doing it with your knees bent. That was another exercise to do. Then with the kids on the knee, bouncing them up and down. Then with a dumbbell on the knee. Doing lots of exercise on the calf to try and build that strength to be able to lift. Okay, I can't quite do it now, but getting that. So yeah, we're talking 555 days. Being able, what was it, about a week ago? 550 days able to do my first calf raise. It wasn't a big one. It wasn't like a proper like what I could do in that leg. This one, it was like meh, and it was like, but I did it. Yes, happy days. So yeah, so that whole mental image of myself is getting far better. So my strength going through the roof, granted only in really one exercise, gives me a greater self-image of myself. Being able to do a calf raise, although to the average person looks like, what's the big deal? To me, it's like, yes, massive achievement. Coming to a massive mountain. Yeah, climbing up a massive mountain, which was terrifying, and a huge physical exertion, wasn't as big a deal for me. I wasn't getting off the mountain in tears going, oh my goodness, I just climbed a mountain. Doing the calf raise was more emotionally draining on me than climbing a mountain. That's actually interesting. Yeah, little things. Sometimes it's little things that have the biggest effect. And the thing I've been talking about the most is like, I can do calf raise. It's like, here you went mountain climbing the other week. I'm like, yeah, climbing up that massive mountain is really scary, blah blah blah. But now it's like, yeah, but I can do a calf raise. A calf raise. So yeah, little things for different, little things for everyone going on there. But yeah, there you go. That's my report. That's how it's going. And if you've got any questions, drop them down below. I've seen lots of questions from other people that are going through this situation as well. But just because you get the surgery, don't expect to be completely healed within 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, or in my case, 18 months. Okay, bye-bye.
Oh yeah, we'll have a quick photo.
It's just agree if you just take us down whatever it is.
Yeah, is that?
I would say wondered. I'm just so worried.
That's kind of like, oh, we're just moving, but we're going to stay safe. And it just shrinks the distance between you guys now, so it's easier for me to manage. And then when we're in climbing mode, I'll say drop the loop, or I'll just say we're in climbing mode now. That can come off. And you've now got a bit more freedom that when we're climbing, you can get it off. Okay, awesome. We finish up sorting ourselves out. Our rucksacks, I'm just going to nip up, and then I'll give you a shout when it's your time to climb.
Okie dokie. Smile for the camera. Okay. Now we've got to film this.
Like off and not have any hands to hold on.
Yeah. That's him there. That's us here. Here we are. In the clouds. Pooping our pants.